Hello everyone, it is an honor to be here to tell you about our recent work, research on real-time forestry pest detection based on the improved YOLOv5. Thank you CGI for giving us this opportunity. Our team members are Jipeng Yu, Tiger Tan, and Yao Yu Deng. I am Yao Yu Deng, fans. This presentation will consist of the following several parts. Introduction, research status, our work, method, experimental results, ablation studies, and the visualization. To save time, let's now go straight to the first part. I want to ask a question. Why object detection technology is needed in agriculture? I think there are three reasons for this. Firstly, the stability of forestry is crucial to the development of the world, and the real-time pest detection technology is the key to the modernization of agriculture. Secondly, agriculture and the forestry may suffer from pests and diseases at any time, which may lead to a reduction in fruit production and the slow growth of forest trees, and bring the huge economic losses to agriculture and forestry. Furthermore, traditional pest classification requires human intervention, which is inefficient, labor-intensive, and poor in real time. In view of the challenge and the particularity of pest identification, the object detection based on deep learning has also been applied by researchers to the field of pests. But there are still limitations in pest detection. Firstly, the shallow features of the backbone network are generally used to detect small objects, but the lack of semantic information in the shallow features. Secondly, serial class imbalance between foreground and background samples due to tiny passes, resulting in degraded detection performance. Moreover, insufficient samples of small targets in the dataset, which lead to insufficient learning of the small targets during training. In this study, we propose MF YOLOv5 in response to the above problems. The legwork structure of MF YOLOv5 is shown on the right side of the slide. Based on the YOLOv5, firstly, we use the copy-pasting data augmentation strategy to amplify a small number of past instances so that the number of past samples is more evenly distributed. Secondly, adding the encoder module in the transformer structure to the end of the backbone, which helps to combine CNN's excellent local feature extraction capabilities with the transformer's efficient ability to capture global information and context. Furtherly, considering the importance of different features during future fusion process, the MBIF FPN model is used to replace the PANet. Furthermore, we add one more prediction head to strengthen the detection ability of tiny insects. Finally, we also add hybrid attention mechanism DCBAM to find the attention region of interest in images. The specific content will be discussed later. In this paper, to explore transformer encoder block could capture global contextual information by using self-attention mechanism and establish non-distant dependence on targets. We insert the encoder block on transformer between the backbone and the leg. Because the resolution of the feature maps at the end of the backbone is relatively small, applying transformer encoder block on these features maps will not introduce too much calculation and memory consumption. Each transformer encoder contains two sublayers. The first sublayer is a multi-head attention layer, and the second one is the fully connected layer. Residual connections are used between each sublayer, combining the transformer encoder block with the convolutional neural network. We can call it BOTR, which contains three convolution blocks and several transformer encoders. The feature fusion model used in YOLOv5 is PANet, which introduces global self-attention upsampling to restore pixel localization. It treats all input features equally. Since different input features usually contribute to the output feature unequally, inspired by BIFPN, we considered using a new weighted fusion approach, fast normalization fusion. By adding an additional weight of each input, the network could learn the importance of each input feature. In addition, YOLOv5 has three prediction heads to predict the category and the location of objects. Since the pest dataset contains many extremely small passes, we specially add one prediction head to detect tiny objects. We replaced PANet in the original version of YOLOv5 with improved BIFPN and named the new feature network as MBIFPN. As the slide shows, the first formula expresses fast normalized fusion is the intermediate feature at level 4 on the top-down path rate. Represents the output feature map at level 4 on the bottom-up path rate. Up and down represent upsampling and downsampling operations respectively. F and F means using fast normalized function algorithm to fuse different features. C3 block contains two parts, three convolutional blocks, and several bottlenecks. In this part, CBAM is a simple and effective convolutional neural network attention model. Furthermore, it is also an end-to-end general model that can be seamlessly integrated into any CNN architectures. Depicted in the diagram, the channel submodel optimizes both mass pooling outputs and average pooling outputs with a shared network. The special submodel uses two similar outputs converge along the channel axis and forwards them to the convolutional layer. In convolutional narrow networks, the size of the receptive field determines the performance of spatial attention. A large receptive field can aggregate a wider range of contextual information, resulting in a stronger representation of spatial attention. In this paper, we insert attention mechanism in neck and use dilated convolution to aggregate spatial features of two-dimensional spatial attention. The improved module is called DCBAM. The dataset used in the experiment comes from Baidu. It provides 2,183 images. Look at the slide. This table shows the comparison of the number of object categories in the original dataset and the augmented dataset. Some symbols in original datasets are insufficient. This will cause the model to be more inclined to learn features of other targets during the training process, while targets with a smaller number of samples will have poor generalization. Inspired by the copy-pasting data augmentation, we cut three kinds of insects with a small number, and then randomly folded and rotated the insects obtained after cutting and pasted them on the images. Each paste operation should ensure that the pasted targets do not overlap with the existing targets on the image, which not only keeps the number of samples balanced, but also increases the diversity of small target locations. Due to lack of insect linears in validation and test sets, three types of insects with fewer samples are randomly pasted onto each image in the validation and the test set. To compare the performance of our proposed model with other classical object detection models, several models are trained and tested on the amplified dataset. These tables show the detection results of each model. Compared with YOLOv5, our model adds a small amount of parameters and calculations, but it effectively improves the detection performance of tiny pests. AP and the AP50 increased by 2.2% and 1.9% respectively. Compared with other excellent detection models, our model has great precision and recall. This figure shows the detection performance of the test set for all insect classes on each model. The detection performance of MF YOLOv5 is higher than YOLOv3 and the YOLOv5, especially on Armenia. In addition, ours has similar performance in detecting various categories compared with YOLOv5M, but YOLOv5M has a large amount of parameters and calculations. In ablation studies, we designed a series of experiments on the text set to test the effectiveness of the added modules. The impact of each component is listed in table. On the test dataset, the AP value of our model is 75.5%, which is better than YOLOv5 by 2.2%. Moreover, we also use to concatenate dilated convolution to replace the standard convolution of the special attention model in CBAM. The kernel size of dilated convolution is set to 3 or 7. Performance of CBAM versus improved CBAM on the test set is shown in table. We compare YOLOv5 with our model in a visual experiment. As can be seen from the figure, the use of YOLOv5 to detect the image have missed detection and false detection, while our model does not exist. And finally, let me make a brief summary. In this paper, we propose an improved YOLOv5's one-stage detector called MF YOLOv5. We add some effective tricks to improve the detection effects of YOLOv5, such as MBFPN, BOTR, DCBAM, and the copy-paste data augmentation. We hope that our model can serve as a strong detector to solve the problems of forest pest detection. In addition, this work has only been done partly, and further improvements can be made. That's all for my presentation. Thanks for listening, and thank you for your attention.